This is the plaintiff, Michael Gale. He says he met the defendant at a pool tournament, and wow, the woman can shoot pool all right. They started dating, and one night the defendant got mad at him, went into his room and keyed all his furniture, including an antique dresser from the 1860s. She also stole 50 DVDs, and needless to say, they've since split up, and he's gonna sue the woman here and now for the $3,000 he's out. This is the defendant, Rosalie. She says she can't believe the plaintiff's going around accusing her of destroying his stuff and stealing his belongings. The guy's nothing but a pot-smoking loser, and his druggy friends are probably the ones who did it. Bottom line, she never wants to date a man again because they're nothing but trouble. She's accused of sticking it to an ex. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $600 for an unreturned pool stick and attorney's fees.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor. You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Michael Gale.
Yes, ma'am.
You are suing Rosalie. You've asked us not to mention your last name, and we'll respect that. For $3,000 in damages, you say your damages actually exceed that you say she maliciously did to items in your room after you broke up. You have a counterclaim against him for $600 for a pool stick and attorney's fees to defend yourself for the accusation that you maliciously damaged his items. You go first. Tell me what's going on.
Yes, I met the defendant back in December of last year at a local pool tournament. We changed numbers, started talking, became close.
You play pool, she plays pool?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Started out okay. She found out that I did some things, she didn't like, which
like
drinking and smoking,
Okay.
And she split up with me. I told her I had no problems with that. She called me the next day, asked if we can reconcile. And we did, and about 4 to 6 weeks later, it was just I just realized, she just wasn't the one for me, and I split up with her.
Okay. How long did you guys date?
I will say 6 to 7 weeks.
Okay.
On March 17th, she was at the local pool hall, which I was not there. She came up to my roommate, Jimmy, asking if she could come to the house and pick up a few things of hers, which Jimmy knew Rosalie, didn't have no problems with it. I personally didn't have no problems with it. And on doing so, she gave Jimmy a ride home, and entering the house, Jimmy
But they called you first and you knew she was coming?
No.
Oh, so then why are you saying you had no problem with that? That was okay, and I had no problem. Nobody checked.
I just want to give her back her stuff.
Okay, so you did know she was coming for her stuff?
No, I did not know that she was going for her stuff that
On that
night.
day. Okay,
right.
All right. Was this nighttime or daytime?
Nighttime, 11:30 at night.
11:30 at night.
After
And where were they coming from?
From the pool tournament.
Okay, from another pool tournament.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Yes, upon arrival, Rosalie.
And you had not been there?
No.
All right,
no.
and had you two talked, or you hadn't talked in?
She called and said I was bashing her, and I told her consider the source, and told her, you really didn't know me if you're thinking I was talking to her like that.
Okay, did you get the impression she wanted to go back with you?
Yes.
And did that actually come up?
No,
Okay.
I wouldn't let it.
Okay.
And
so you had broken up how long before the events you're about to tell me about?
I'll say 10 days, 2 weeks.
Okay. And in that time you had only spoken once?
Yes.
Okay, so go on.
Well, she got to the house.
Had she been texting or anything and you weren't responding, or no?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. How many times has she texted you?
I'll say 3 to 4 times.
All right. And
Not too
saying
many.
what?
She was wanting her pool cue back, stuff like that.
How did you get that pool cue that she's referring?
She gave it to me after I blew my ferrule apart at a pool tournament break-in with my stick, and she had an extra one, which she said she had quite a few extras, and gave me the stick.
And gave you the stick as a present,
As
or
a gift,
loaned you the
yes.
stick for the tournament?
No, she gave it to me as a gift.
Okay, so go on.
Well, she gets to the house, and her and Jimmy come to the house. Jimmy has to go to the bathroom. So he goes to the bathroom, and she goes to the bedroom.
And where are you?
I'm in Delaware with my sick sister.
All right.
And 2 days later, Jimmy called me up and said that he found my bedroom just destroyed. And I went to the residence, walked in my room, and found my mother's antique dresser destroyed, another dresser destroyed. 50 DVDs were taken along with a duffel bag.
Do you have pictures?
Yes, I do.
Let me see. What's going on?
I did not destroy his items, and I did not ask to go to their house. At the end of the tournament, Jimmy and his brother Grover, they asked me, both of them, for a ride home.
So what happens? So they
I
asked
told
you to
him
give
no.
a ride.
Yes, and I took them home, and I did not go in the house, did not get any book. I moved him out a week earlier, up to his sister's house to live.
Okay, this is after you broke up?
No, this is the week before that we broke up. This is the week before. And they came and told me the next weekend we broke up. He called me on a Friday and said he was getting back with his ex-wife and didn't want to see me anymore. And he was very sorry, and he would give me my pool stick back.
So how did you take that?
I'm like, kind of shocked, but not shocked, because we had many discussions about the pot use, smoking in front of...
What pot use?
He smoked all the time. I come to find out after we were dating, he smoked all the time.
While you were dating him, apparently you did not have an objection to that, or you
I did. We argued about that, and that's kind of the main reason why he didn't want to see me anymore, because I objected to it.
All right. So tell me what happens that night, because I'm looking at these pictures. Tell me what happened when you brought Jimmy home.
They met during a pool tournament, dated, and broke up, and then he says she continued the breaking by destroying his stuff. But she says she didn't do it. Let's listen.
I just dropped him off, and another guy.
Did you go in this guy's room?
No, I did not go into the house. I have never, ever been in that house without him.
So
Not
how did
one
all this
time.
happen? Because his roommates call him to tell him that, I mean, this is like pretty bad. This is obviously somebody with some serious anger issue towards him.
Well, he was telling me that his friends were stealing from him all the time. And I was telling him, why don't you put a lock on the door?
Okay.
But they said they were stealing all the time
Okay, but
from
no,
him.
wait. I can understand. Somebody stealing from him is one thing. Somebody taking out a rage of this magnitude is another thing. So give me something to hang my hat on that this is not the telltale rage of a woman scorned.
Well, if they're going to steal from him, they got to make it look like something. I did not go in the house. That's all I can say.
According to you, they've been stealing from him all along, and they didn't bother to make it look like something.
Well, he had actually moved out before then.
Who
the
do
week
you suppose
earlier.
did this? If not you, then who?
I don't know. The one guy was mad at him because I had told him, I asked him if Mike had beat him up before. He was telling me that he had beat up one of the guys that lived there a couple times. And he said, absolutely not. He never touched me or beat me up. So they left the bar mad.
So you think one of them might have been insulted at the fact that
they were
you
pissed off and took his truck and left.
That he beat them up? You think that's what's going on? Because I gotta tell you, a guy, if he hears that, might go over to him and kick his narrow behind. But a guy's not gonna do this. This is our work.
I didn't know. How did I get in the house? I don't live there.
Well, according to
I took
his
Jimmy
roommates, the way you
home.
got in is that they let you in because you were supposed to be getting some stuff.
I had no clothes
This is the
there.
kind of thing that only an angry woman does. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. I shouldn't say just angry woman. Angry woman. I'm sorry. This is just reserved for that kind of special bond when someone has been dumped.
No,
this is not a Jimmy thing.
we were both
just not a
breaking
Jimmy
up.
thing. What else happened? Tell me all of the damages.
Both the dressers, a crock pot.
And what's so meaningful about these dressers? Because they look.
Well, the one dresser was my mother's and grandmother's, which is, sentimental value is, I can't even put it's just unreal. I mean, it hurts even thinking about it. And then I realized, there was, after I looked through everything, there's a couple of photo albums missing too.
Did you take photo albums?
I wasn't in his drawers. I didn't know he even had photo albums.
Of course not.
I
Photo
was
albums
never.
are missing?
Yes, 2 photo albums of all my...
Were they in the duffel bag?
Yes, yes, they were.
What duffel bag?
The one that you put the DVDs in and walked out of the house with.
He's lying.
Did any of your roommates see her, by the way?
Yeah, I got statements on that.
Let me see that.
All the brothers that are drug dealers too, and
They're not drug dealers.
And all
Rose,
that
and
stuff,
you know
yeah.
it.
Let me see the statements, please.
that's why he's on disability, because he smokes so much drugs.
Whatever,
he can't
Rose. I got
work.
hurt at work and
Okay,
you
stop
know
talking
it.
to each other. I heard her moving things in his bedroom. She had said that she needed to pick up some stuff. I returned to the living room for some TV time. A short time later, she came downstairs carrying a duffel bag. The following week, she came up to me and said she was very sorry for what she did at the house and to his belongings. Yeah, that's from Jim. Notarized.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, does he have enough to prove that she did it?
Absolutely. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Okay, I mean, I get the saying, but is there proof?
Oh, not if she has proof that she was somewhere else.
Well, she's just saying I wasn't.
Does she have any anger issues?
Does she have any anger issues? Well, somebody did this who's really angry.
Anger issues.
I mean, is it enough?
Well, do you ever have a case that's a slam dunk that you always have to?
Is this one enough?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Going inside the courtroom.
To whom it may concern, I know for a fact that Rose gave Mike the pool cue until she destroyed his stuff, and now she wants it back. Who's this person?
That's Freddie, my best friend.
All right. In any event, you have a counterclaim for the cue stick.
I told him I loaned it to him, and he said he would buy it from me because he felt bad just taking it.
Do you have the cue stick?
It's at the house, yes.
Yeah. All right.
He told me he broke
give me
it.
proof of all the items that you have a bunch of figures here that, tally up to $3,500, but you got to prove them. Show me what you're talking about there.
They were
These are
upset because he
some,
wouldn't pay his
items that
rent.
I found off of eBay. They're similar, but they're not close. They're kind of close.
What, do you have receipts for any of your stuff?
No.
Do you have, but you've thrown out figures at what it's going to cost to refinish stuff. Do you have proof of that?
I got estimates.
Okay. Okay. Where did this come from? This is just like a blank proposal.
That's from the antique restore shop.
I don't even know the name of the shop. It's not even on this proposal.
Yeah,
you could get this at Office Depot and write it yourself. I mean,
that's the same shop that totally restored it to the first time.
Do you have any proof of the value of the cue stick?
No, I do not.
Okay, folks. I find that you did it. Let's just be clear on that in case I haven't been incredibly clear. This is not a criminal case. This is a civil case. He needs to prove to me by a preponderance of the evidence that it is more likely than not that you did it. And I find that you did it. All right. The next question is the cue stick and your assertion that that's a gift.
Yes.
And I'm going to order you to return the cue stick to her.
Okay.
Intact. Okay. And we're going to make arrangements for that outside. The attorney's fees. I don't even understand the attorney's fees. When did you have to pay a lawyer $100?
No, I went and got a lawyer because he was taking me to small claims court.
Oh, you're not entitled
With the
to
police report and...
Yeah, you're not entitled to that. So on your counterclaim, the resolution is going to be that you're going to return the cue stick. And on your claim against her, what I do find is that you're having some proof problems in terms of upping the value to the extent that you are asking. I understand the sentimental value part of things, but sentimental value doesn't have a monetary value in court. I can't, because people then could say, but I really, really liked that, $12 item, so now it's magically a $5,000 item. It's not. It is the value of whatever it is, okay? I would have liked to see something a little more reliable in terms of your estimates than what I saw. But what I do see is a very vicious, malicious kind of slaying of your stuff. And it is clear to me that she's the one who did it. So taking all of that into consideration, I am going to order her to pay you $2,000 for the value of the damaged goods. My verdict is for the plaintiff in this case.
Now he can pay his friends for lying for him.
Bada bing.
And so with that, the defendant comes out of the courtroom. Give me your reaction to the judge right there. What she had
Not
to say.
that I can say when people come in and lie, and can convince the judge. What can you say?
He makes you out to be look like a woman scorned.
No, we only dated for a couple months, so
I know,
no.
that doesn't matter. But he still
No.
makes you out to look like that.
Right, well, when you got people to lie for you, what can you say,
Well, this was about the testimony in the courtroom and what you looked like in front of the judge and what he looked like in front of the judge. It's not about his friends. Here.
I have nothing to say.
Okay. All right, right down this way. All right, so come on in here. What do you think of the outcome here?
I think justice was served. I think it was a little light on it, but to all the men out there, don't let the women get away with this. Take them to court. Take them to the people's court. It works.
Harvey?
Okay, the nature of the damage is relevant, and in this case, really relevant because it is rage vandalism, and the fact is, it just hones in on her. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.